Good morning, children. Welcome back to your second periodic English class, Enchanting English, Chapter 3, The Baker's Village. Before we start our topic, I want you to watch the video carefully.
Why is that young man helping that man to cross the road?
That's because he's blind and needs help to cross the road.
Oh, how nice of that man to help him.
Yes, it's always good to help others.
Why, Tia?
Come, Tofu, and I'll tell you a story. The Dove and the Ant. One hot day, an ant was walking near a river bank. The poor ant lost its balance and fell inside the water.
Help me! Please help me! Help me!
She screamed for help. As the flow of the river was too strong, she was carried away.
Someone please help me! Help me! Please! Someone help me! Help me, please! Someone help me! Please help me!
A dove was watching all this from a nearby tree. The ant was struggling for life in the water. The dove felt very sad for the little ant.
Help me! Please help me! Oh no! The little ant is in trouble!
And he decided to help her.
Help me! Please help me!
He said to the ant,
Don't worry, my friend. I will save you.
The dove quickly plucked off a leaf and dropped it into the water near the struggling ant. The ant moved towards the leaf and climbed up there, and the ant reached to the shore safely. The thankful ant said,
I will always be grateful to you for saving my life.
Few weeks later, the ant saw a bad hunter with a gun. The hunter was targeting at the dove sitting on the tree. Guessing what he was about to do, the ant quickly bit him on the heel.
Ouch! You pathetic ant! What have you done?
The ant walked away happily as she was able to help the dove in return. So Tofu, just the way Dove's good deed helped him to get out of danger by the ant, similarly, every good deed we do for others will surely come back to us.
I will always help the needy.
That's like a good boy, Tofu.
Now, can you tell me the moral of the story? Yes, every good deed we do for others will surely come back to us. That means helping the one in need brings help to us in some way, so we should learn to help others. Now, turn to page 8. Look at your textbook, Enchanting English, Chapter 3, The Baker's Village. Now, let us start reading. Long ago, in some far corner of a poor country, there was a poor village. The villagers had no riches or valuables, but they were honest and humble. A prince was the head baker in this baker's village. All the villagers worked for the prince. Early every morning, the prince and his workers baked fresh loaves of bread. They kneaded the flour and built giant fires in the oven to bake the bread. When the loaves were ready, the villagers loaded their handcarts and went to other villages to sell the bread. While returning home in the evening, they collected wood to make fires and bought flour to make more bread the next day. The villagers had to cross a shallow river to reach the other villages. Sometimes their carts would get stuck in the wet mud of the river. An elephant lived near the river. He helped the villagers pull out their carts. The villagers gave him some fresh bread in return for his assistance. They did not have much money, but they were happy living and working together. Some time later, the carts stopped coming from the baker's village up to the river. The elephant was sad as he stopped getting any fresh bread, so he decided to go to the village. He learned that the villagers did not have money to buy flour. Besides, the villagers were growing old and could no longer pull their handcarts across the river and over long distances. The elephant wanted to help the poor villagers. He thought for some time and then a big smile crossed his face. "I have an idea," he exclaimed. "Dear villagers, I can carry on my back 2 men at a time with the loaves of bread. We can even go to different villages to sell the bread. We can also bring a large number of logs of wood from the forest." The prince and the villagers were delighted to hear that. They started baking and selling bread again, and they happily gave the elephant his share of fresh bread every day. Now, look at the slide. Match the followings: words and meanings. Number 1, honest. Honest means to be truthful. Second, loaded. What do you mean by loaded? Carrying or bearing a load. Fresh means new. Stuck means not able to move. And the last one, baker, is the person who bakes cake. Now let us watch a short video to understand the process of making bread.
Smells good. Mommy, how is bread made?
Good question, sweetheart. Let's find out together. Bread is made with flour, water, and yeast. Yeast is made up of tiny little grains and is needed to make the dough soft. When the dough is ready, it's divided into loaves and then put in the oven. Once it's baked, the loaves are fragrant and crispy and ready to be eaten.
But Mommy, how is flour made?
Flour is made by grinding wheat, and wheat grows in the fields. A tractor is used to break up and soften the land in the fields. When the fields are ready, the seeds are planted with enough space between them and at the right depth. That way, each one can grow healthy and strong. The rain and sun make the little plants grow. And when the sheaves of wheat are ripe, that's the moment to harvest them. A big machine is used to gather the wheat berries and put them all in a big cart. A tractor brings the cart all the way to the mill, and this is where the wheat is ground and turned into flour. Combined with water and yeast, the flour becomes the dough. The dough is baked in the oven and becomes delicious bread.
Okay, I get it. I'm gonna hurry up and get the fields ready, Mommy, 'cause I sure am hungry.
PDF of this chapter will be uploaded in your WhatsApp group, And for your assignment, practice reading and go through the underlined spellings and make sure you underline it in your textbook as well. Learn by heart all the spellings that we have underlined. Thank you, children.